All right, let's dive right in. Picture this totally familiar scenario. You finally get the raise. Maybe you spent months grinding and advocating for it at your current company, or maybe you just took a big leap and switched jobs for a much better offer. And suddenly, there it is. More money hitting your bank account every single month. I mean, for about 2 weeks, you feel absolutely unstoppable, right? You're basically the next Warren Buffett. But then, reality kind of sets in, and you realize absolutely nothing has changed financially.
Because let's be honest, despite that noticeably bigger number on your paycheck, you're still sweating a little when you check your bank app before paying for dinner. You're still not saving the way you swore you would once you hit this income level. The money still feels like it just slips right through your fingers, exactly like it did before, just with a slightly bigger number attached to it. And inevitably, you find yourself sitting there asking one absolutely critical question: where in the world did the raise actually go?
Section 1. The high salary trap. So the answer to your missing money actually has this specific name. It's this super silent phenomenon that catches almost everyone completely off guard. In this explainer, we're going to break down exactly what is happening to your hard-earned cash. And I promise you, once you see the mechanics of this trap, you will not be able to unsee it in your own life. It's called lifestyle inflation. Here's exactly how it plays out. When you're earning very little, every single purchase hurts, right? Every expense is this highly conscious, deeply considered decision. But the exact moment you start making just a little bit more money, this really subtle shift happens in your brain. You stop feeling like you need to justify the spending. Your internal monologue suddenly changes to, hey, I work hard, I can afford it now. So that coffee you used to diligently make it home, now you're grabbing it on the way to work. Or you decide to upgrade to a slightly bigger apartment because, well, the old one suddenly just feels way too small.
The crazy part is, when you step back and look at your personal balance sheet, your income and your expenses are suddenly increasing at the exact same rate. And you didn't do anything crazy. You didn't go out and buy a yacht or do anything wildly extravagant. These were just small, totally reasonable, everyday life upgrades. But because they happened so quietly, life just adjusts upward, literally dollar for dollar, and it consumes the absolute entirety of that raise you fought so incredibly hard for.
Section 2. The invisible limit. Which brings us directly to a highly counterintuitive truth about human behavior and money. You'd logically think that making more money makes it way easier to save, but the reality is completely the opposite. The more you make, the easier it actually is to fall right into this trap. Let's look at a direct comparison here. Take person A, earning $1,000 a month and saving $50. Now compare them to person B, earning $3,000 a month but saving absolutely zero. I want to ask you a slightly uncomfortable question. Who is actually in a better financial position? The tough truth is, person A wins. When you make very little, your limits are blatantly obvious. The bank essentially sets them for you. But when you make more, those external limits completely vanish. It all boils down to discipline, and discipline without a rock-solid system is always going to lose to the appeal of everyday comfort.
Here's the absolute kicker. If person B suddenly gets another raise to $4,000 a month, they are not going to magically start saving $1,000. No way. They are just going to find brand new ways to spend more. Why? Because the lack of a system is the real root issue here. The problem was never the amount of water flowing in, it was the leaky plumbing it was flowing through.
Let's see how this actually looks in the real world. I mean, you've definitely seen this in your own life or maybe in your friend group. People who are supposedly super successful, earning great money, just crushing it in their careers. On the outside, it looks amazing, a shiny new car, a gorgeous place, eating out at all the nice spots. But internally, it feels like the exact same gnawing financial anxiety as someone making half their salary. They literally have zero margin for error, no safety cushion at all. And they are still completely 100% dependent on that next paycheck because their spending just automatically grew right along with their income.
Section 3. Hedonic adaptation explained.
So why on earth is it so incredibly hard to just stop spending? Well, first off, it is not a moral failing. There's actually a wildly powerful psychological mechanism hardwired into our brains that makes escaping this trap remarkably difficult. It's known in psychology as hedonic adaptation. Basically, the human brain gets used to any improvement in its environment ridiculously fast. The very first time you upgrade to a nicer apartment, you feel this massive rush. But within what, a few weeks, that pristine, fancy lobby just becomes the place you mindlessly rush through to grab your Amazon packages. Your brain has entirely adapted. It just feels like your new normal, your new baseline. And suddenly, you find yourself stuck on a treadmill, forced into this constant chase for the next step up just to feel that exact same temporary satisfaction all over again.
This simple multiplier, 10x, explains so much of our modern frustration.
This is precisely why someone earning 10 times more than you is not magically 10 times happier. Their internal point of comparison just went up 10 times too. They're trapped on that same treadmill, always chasing the next level, and never actually pausing to enjoy the plateau they already worked so incredibly hard to reach.
Section 4. The non-negotiable percentage.
Okay, now that we've clearly identified the trap, let's pivot to the way out. The really good news here is that building wealth isn't actually about the total salary you earn. It's about one very specific, highly intentional behavioral shift. When new money comes in, you have to split it immediately. The most crucial piece of this puzzle is your non-negotiable building percentage. This is the slice of your income that you decide up front you will absolutely never touch for daily life. It leaves your checking account and goes straight into wealth building. We're talking investments, savings, paying down debt, before you ever even get the chance to get used to having it in your pocket.
Now, I want to be perfectly clear about something. Enjoying your money is absolutely fine. We are not advocating for a life of total misery and deprivation here. The key difference between actually building wealth and being completely trapped on the treadmill is the difference between making a conscious decision versus acting on pure inertia. Consciously deciding that, hey, a better mattress or a faster laptop is truly worth the cost to you, that is perfectly healthy. But upgrading your lifestyle just because it was time or because you see your coworkers doing it, that's inertia. And inertia is exactly what will keep you completely broke at literally any income level. If you only take away one single thing from this entire explainer, let it be this practically universal law of money. If you tell yourself you'll just save whatever is left over at the end of the month, I guarantee you there will never, ever be anything left. Spending will organically, inevitably expand to exactly fill whatever space is available in your checking account. It's like a gas filling a room.
So how do we actually beat this? We look at what the people with true financial peace do. I like to call this the quiet winner's playbook. The folks who have real options, who can easily walk away from a toxic job, and who have incredibly low anxiety, they all do these 3 specific things. First, they make a piece of every single raise completely non-negotiable. Second, they decide where that money goes extremely early. And third, most importantly, they set it aside before their hedonic adaptation can even kick in, totally bypassing the brain's tendency to adjust to the new normal.
Let's distill this down into an actionable framework you can use the very second you get your next income bump. Step 1. You get the raise or the new job offer. Take a moment, celebrate it. You absolutely earned it. But then step 2, before that first paycheck even hits your account, decide your build percentage. Is it going to be 20% of the new money, 50%? Make the call. And finally, step 3, automate it. Lock it away before you even have a chance to spend a single dime. Do not let your lifestyle blindly decide your future for you.
Which brings us to our final thought for today. I want to leave you with a pretty provocative question to really chew on. The very next time you get a raise, what percentage of it will go toward actually building something lasting for yourself? And what percentage is going to quietly disappear into random lifestyle adjustments you won't even notice a month later? You have to decide before you spend, because ultimately, that one simple decision is the true difference between merely looking successful to everyone else and actually building genuine wealth for yourself. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and we'll see you next time.